So, in Remnant 2, there is a bunch of different evade types or roll types. You've got your fat rolling, which is also known as dolphin diving, or I think is officially called flopping. You've then got a heavy roll, which is a little bit heavier. Like, it's all based on your encumbrance, your armor weight. And then you have your light roll, your standard, like, fastest possible way to evade enemy attacks until you upgrade that roll into the Misty Step. The Misty Step is by far the fastest evasion, and not only that, it provides extra invulnerability, and you dodge further away from the enemy attack. And there are two things that are required in order to use this Misty Step. It's going to be quite a risky one if you're using it though, because one of the items, instead of using stamina when you dodge, is going to actually take your max health and replace it with grey health. So really, really risky because you're losing some health. But basically what you need to do with this is combine a ring and an amulet. And there are 6 different amulets in the game you can pair with the ring in order to use the Misty Step. You only need one of the 6. And in this video, I'll show you where one of them is. And that is the full moon circlet. But before we do that, in order to be able to get both of the items I'm going to show you, there has to be a blood moon, which is a random roll. Like, you basically go into the Geisha world, and upon entering, there can be a red sort of hint to the sky, and there can be a gigantic red blood moon in the sky. That has to be present, or you cannot get either of the items. So what I recommend doing is playing through your campaign, completing the whole of Geisha, and making it possible to roll an adventure world. Because then what you can do is keep leaving Geisha, like completely leave the world, either go to the labyrinth, go to Ward 13, whatever you have to do, but entirely leave the Geisha world and go back to it. And every now and then you are going to get a blood moon. It's a completely RNG system. You never know when it's going to happen, but you can easily tell when it is happening because the sky is a lot more red than usual. And then what you're going to have to do for the ring is find the dungeon or the area called Cathedral of Omens. And inside this cathedral, there are puzzles that you have to complete. You have a door in front of you, you have a door to the right of you, you have a puzzle that's like facing the direction you came in from. So essentially one behind you if you're looking the same way you did as you first walked into that cathedral, into the main room. I've done a separate video to complete the puzzles on the channel, but basically what you want to do is the door on the right hand side you need to open up. But I would highly recommend doing the door in front of you first, because I believe that puzzle needs to be solved in order to do what you've got to do. So solve the puzzle in front of you, known as the Calamity Puzzle. Then open the door on the right hand side. You're going to see 2 chests. However, if you have completed the Calamity Puzzle and there is a blood moon present, the trapdoor underneath your feet is going to open, and down inside there you are going to find a ring called the Ring of Omens. You'll also get some free blood moon essence from under there, but with that Ring of Omens, when you're ready to do this, equip it on your character. Then, in order to get your hands on the full moon circlet, you still need to be in Geisha, but you need to be in an area this time called the Imperial Gardens. Right at the beginning of the Imperial Gardens, if you go through to the first bit where there's like structures, but you turn left, there's going to be some stairs leading down. At the bottom of the very first flight of stairs, there's going to be another one of these trapdoors. If there is a blood moon active, you are going to see that trapdoor open. You're simply going to drop into this trap room, and the full moon circlet will just be sitting there ready for you to pick up. And remember, in order to get these trapdoors open, that goes for both of them, there has to be a blood moon present or active. But now that you have the full moon circlet amulet and you've got the Ring of Omens, equip both of them, and there you go. You've upgraded your roll. It's now called the Misty Step. You've got a bigger invulnerability window. Your dodge is going to take you further away from the enemy's attack than your standard rolls. And it's really, really good. However, I do recommend some lifesteal, some health regen, because you are going to be losing health instead of stamina when you are evading attacks. You can just Misty Step wherever you want to. If you're not in combat, it's not going to use any of your health. But as soon as you enter combat, evading will start taking your max health. But that is how to unlock the Misty Step, the upgraded evasion roll, if you want to call it that, in Remnant 2. And on that note, we are going to leave the video there. If you enjoyed it, leaving a like is appreciated. If you wish to support me further as a creator, there are links in the description. Let me know your thoughts about the video in the comments. And if you want to watch more, you can click the video on screen. All support on the channel is greatly appreciated, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.